Evening, boys and girls. And I'm underground in London. Ooh, spooky. But the reason I haven't been uploading is it's been very busy, as you can imagine, with Bert's business stuff. Obviously, we're fast approaching the 2nd of April now. And I've just been concentrating on that, really. And then I did some stuff. I got the camera fitted to the front windshield. And I got some road footage and that, driving around London and then just driving up some motorways and stuff like that. And I thought, what I'll do is I'll use the footage, edit it together, and then I'll talk over it at home about anything and everything, really. You know, there was one about driving in the snow and all that kind of stuff, and I had the footage that works. And I'm one of these people, I don't really trust technology that much, as you probably are aware. And I leave my footage on the SD cards and stuff like that until I'm going to edit them. And then I'll transfer them onto my laptop and I'll start editing them. Well, I don't know why I did this. I don't have a clue what was going through my brain. But I transferred them onto the blue laptop, the one I use for editing, and wiped the SD cards. Well, they were on the laptop and I was editing them, you know. And usually I'll go through the editing process and then I'll save the edited video to an external hard drive. But whatever reason, I was in a bit of a rush that day. The Terrican had just failed its MOT. Well, actually, it was going in for the... Was it the MOT the day after? Oh, I can't remember now. It was either just about to go into... yes, it was going to be going in for the MOT, because this happened on the Tuesday. And the Terrican went in on the Wednesday. And I was rushed about because Bert was coming back from this training thing that she'd had with where she's working, and she'd been up in Solihull. And she was coming back from that, so I was doing a dinner. I'd done some bits and bobs to camera. I'd actually done about 3 hours worth of uploads in total, you know, so I'd chopped them up a bit. I wasn't going to make you sit there for 3 hours. I'm not that bad. I'm close, but not quite. And I just chopped them all up and everything like that, and it was mid-editing the second one, because I'd done the road footage, and I'd done all the blah, 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 blah to the camera throughout the course of the day. And I was buggering about, just combining them together, leaving it rendering, and doing the dinner for when Bert gets in. Because I'm nice like that, you see, I'm domesticated. And I just prefer my cooking, I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest. And unless she does a stew, and then she's good. But anyway, moving on. So I was flitting in and out and all that kind of stuff. I'm sitting down, I'm using one of Bert's tables that she's made herself, and we've got a slab of marble, what you'd use for kind of marble effect flooring, or the larger kind of elongated tiles you can get from Tile Giant, because she wants to start doing some chopping boards, but of marble. And so we got one to bugger about with, bung it through the machine, you know, just a bit of product testing, really. And I'd actually put that on the table to put the laptop on it, so that as the laptop got hot, because rendering videos is exceptionally hot, it's not going to mark or affect her table in any way, shape or form. So I've bunged it on there, the marble's on there, and it's got little rubber feet on it as well, the marble, so it's not going to go anywhere. I've got the table there, I'm in my chair, dinner's going, watching this bloody rendering here, there and everywhere. And I get up because I realise, crap, I haven't put the Actifry on. So I get up and I go and I knock the table and the laptop starts to go. So I grab the laptop style thing. Well, marble doesn't give. I don't know whether you're aware of this, but marble is one of those surfaces where you'd prefer to hit concrete. And I grabbed the laptop. Now, I'm about as technologically advanced as a haddock, as I've said before. And when it comes to laptops, I'm as useful as tits on a bullfrog. So I grabbed the laptop to stop it falling, because I'm like, it's mid-render, I don't want it to fall now and all spaz out and all this kind of stuff. So I grabbed it. And I, you know, hit down, held it and moved it forward. Well, I've thumped my hand down to grab this laptop, turns out, directly above where the hard drive for the laptop is. It's mid-render. I've gone wallop straight, bang, onto the bleeding marble surface. Obviously, it's inside the laptop. but something's broken inside the hard drive and it's gone onto this blackened HP with a kind of buffering symbol. I'm like, oh. Thinking that I'd jolted it and it was restarting. Well, I thought, sorry, I'll leave it. And so I've gone to do dinner and I thought, I'm not going to bugger about with it because if it's saving itself, you know, going through all that, because I don't know what's happened. And it's restarting. I don't want to start Control-Alt-Deleting and screwing everything up because this has got hours of footage on. I've spent all bloody day making and rendering and all this kind of stuff. Well, done the dinner. Bert's got home and it's still doing the thing. Oh. So watching TV. I closed the lid down, not fully, but just so as we can watch TV and it's not lighting up the room style thing. And have dinner, watch TV, Bert buggers off to bed because she's knackered, obviously. And I open up and it's gone to this grey screen. And it's giving you some options. But obviously they don't have the safe mode or anything like that anymore, as far as I'm aware. And it's giving you some options. And I'm like, oh. Again, I know, sod all. I couldn't even tell you what it was saying, really. It's just options. I was like, So I've gone to restart. I've thought, well, I'll just restart it. You know, because when it comes to technology, power on, power off usually fixes it. So I've done that. And it's started up again and just gone into this grey screen and it's not doing anything. I'm like, oh, which is a bit of an annoyance. So I've had a look on Google using my phone and it says about spamming F10 as you restart it style thing. So I've done the old Control-Alt-Delete so as it goes back into restart and I've spammed F10. I've got into here and I've looked through some of the menus and there's one, I couldn't tell you how I found it. I was just going through, tapping things and seeing what was happening. And it was a hard drive test the hard drive, you know, whatever. And so I clicked on that. I thought, well, see what's going on. No hard drive. Nothing. Now, Bert's dad, the father-in-law, he earns a stupid amount of money, this bloke. We're not quite sure what he does, which is probably why he gets paid so much. But he's worked all over the place for all various different companies. He's like me, he's not a truck driver, obviously, but he's a limited company and all this kind of stuff. He's a contractor. And it's all to do with software analysis and system setups and oh, God knows what. I wouldn't even know where to begin. But he earns a fair old bit. You know, he's limited company, but if he was PAYE, he'd be probably close to pushing the 45% tax bracket. And anyway, I've gone round there. I thought, well, you know, he knows what he's doing, all this kind of stuff, so we'll have a shufty. And he's a bit unfamiliar with the whole laptop setup and stuff because he does kind of the software, not the hardware stuff. But he works with people who do everything. So he said, oh, I'll take the laptop with me when I go on site tomorrow and get them to have a shufty, see what they can do. It turns out that something inside the hard drive, I don't know what, but something inside the hard drive has totally just broken. It's dead as a dodo. So I've lost everything. And I was not a very happy chappy. And I found all of this out the same day as the Bleating Terracon failed its MOT. So I was like, oh, for God's sake, oh, I just don't need this. I really don't need this. And so I wasn't a very happy chappy, so I've decided not really to do much. I've gone a little bit quiet recently on Twitter and Facebook and things like that. And I've just been fuming quietly to myself. Now, the Terracon, cars, who'd have them? Right, I spent a couple of weeks sorting various bits and bobs out with Dan down at the garage. And we'd done ball joints, wheel bearings, I'd done various bits of rust treatment. I'd even edited in some images. I think I've still got them somewhere, hopefully. So I'll edit them into this about now so you can see the before the rust. So there's, I'll move over here to make my life easier. So there's before the rust, And then there is now after the rust. And that's just one of several areas that I actually did under there. But anyway, I'll move back now. A bit of directing at work. And I've gone through all of this, and we've done this, we checked that, we sorted this out, and everything. And it was great. And we even realigned the tracking, because we'd taken all the ball joints, we'd taken a number of ball joints out, we'd replaced those, we'd done the wheel bearings, everything like that, and it was heel and toe wearing on the tyre anyway. Which, if you're curious, is you got your tread pattern, you got your cubes of tread kind of on the outside edge, haven't you? Well, if your tracking's out or something like that, then it's going to wear smooth on the outside. But if it's a bit loose, ball joints, wheel bearings, things like that, then you're going to heel and toe. The cube is going to wear, the cube of the tread, is going to wear further on one side than it is on the other side. Odd, I know, but it's true. And it has this kind of a blade effect to the tyre style thingy. It's very odd. So I knew something was out, and one of the wheels was a bit wobbly. That's why we did the bearings. Anyway, done all this, buggered about with that, sorted this out, sorted that out. Jobs are good. Day of the MOT. I check everything, as you do. And it's like there's no obvious leaks, no smoking, all the bulbs are working. Brilliant. And I bugger off down at the MOT. Well, somewhere between me leaving my home and getting to the blasted MOT place, the raised centre and near side rear brake lights both blew. And I left it there, and they're going to have it for about an hour. So I waddle off and I go get myself a Costa, come back. I look around the industrial estate because I'm just being nosy. And you've got everything on this industrial estate in Braintree. If I wanted to import cars, I'd have absolutely every kind of shop I needed to get all the odds and sods done. And I was just looking at it. I'm like, well, you've got the tuning place there, you've got your engine rebuilder there, you've got your precision engineering there, you've got your powder coater over there, you've got your rust removal guys over there, you know, the dippers and all that kind of stuff over there. Everything is on this industrial estate. It's insane. And I'm thinking, ooh, import a couple of American cars and sell them on, make a couple of quid. Although I can't do that this year, I do not have the budget for that. But, you know, it's an idea, it's a bloody idea. But anyway, I go waddling back, and I'm sitting down, and the Terrican's in the air, and he's going round, he's having a shufty, and he's looking at this, and looking at that, and all that. And then it comes down, he's got to do the old brake test, make sure the brakes are holding. And he reverses it back, and I see one brake light come on. I'm like, oh. Well, I failed. I know I failed. I've definitely failed. Bollocks. It's alright, they've got bulbs there, so it'd have been an easy pass. But anyway, bearing in mind everything I've done. Ball joints, wheel bearings, realign the tracking, all this kind of stuff. With Dan, obviously, not just on my own. I'm not taking credit for it all. I've done all of this. Been under there. I'm up on the 2-poster, up on the 4-poster, all the whistles done. Anyway, he's come in and I've said, look, I know I've failed. I noticed the brake light bulb's out, but how bad? And he says, well, okay, you know about the bulbs, but your near side track rod end is gone. It's very loose, excessive movement. How did we miss that? How in God's name did we miss that? I was sitting there, I was like, and that's it. Yeah, everything else is alright. Bit of corrosion under there, it's quite heavily corroded, and I do really need to get on top of that. And I think the rear springs could do with changing because they're corroded to bugger as well. But outside of that, it's just fine. Absolute spot on. I was like, oh. Way within the confines of the emissions and all that kind of stuff. I was like, oh. So that's just it, just the track rod end. But yeah. And I was just like, 2 weeks on my days off, Myself and Dan have been buggering about with that, obviously doing some rust treatment stuff and all that kind of stuff, because that takes time, okay? Rust treatment takes time. Because the only real cure to rust is cut it out and put in some fresh. But if you don't have the time to strip the car down and all that kind of stuff, you've got stuff like crust. And that takes a few hours to go off, and then you can paint under it, and that takes a couple of hours to go off. So it's a long-winded process, as well as obviously knocking off the rust and getting as much clean metal as you can before doing the old crust, and then letting that dry, and then doing the old painting. So on my days off, for a couple of weeks before, I was down the garage using the 2-poster primarily, and didn't spot it. Did not spot it. I was like, oh, for God's sake. So my blue laptop is now dead. It's kafunked. The guy that father-in-law works with did say he's slung in a new hard drive, so I've got a laptop that will work. So I've got the processing power, so I'll be able to start reloading everything on there. But unfortunately, the software that I use to edit with, which I didn't know, I have since found out. You buy it, you put it on your laptop, and it is solely for that laptop. I can't go back and re-download the software. I've bought it, but it's specifically for that laptop. So that's annoying. And so I've lost all of my editing stuff, and I'd actually got the full version of the Movavi stuff. Is it Movavi? Yeah, because it was a Movie K2 camera. Yeah, it's Movavi. I got the full stuff, so I could do, well, I could bung it onto a screen and capture the screen and everything. And that's up and vanished now, so I'm going to have to re-fork out for that stuff. I do have a really basic version of Movavi that I was using on the red one. And the red laptop, I mean. And the red laptop's still working. Well, the red laptop was always for my business stuff anyway, so I can edit this and I can sling it up online from here. But I was looking at it and I was thinking, my intro insert. You know, the little bit of the intro of everything. I didn't know whether it was on the red one. It is on the red one, so obviously. And even if it wasn't, I'd find some way of getting it again. Just use one of my old uploads. Because I've got loads on external hard drives, so it'd be really easy to get those kind of things back. But it's just the little things that you don't realise that's on your hard drive. And you're like, oh. Well, that's up to vanish like a fart in the wind now. And that's broken. But that's gone. And you're just going through everything and you're like, well, great. Lost everything. So that's why I haven't uploaded for a while. Just been hell for leather with Bert stuff, and we've still got such a distance to go. We're going to launch something on the 2nd of April. But it's not going to be the full wares, because it's just, there's so much. She's got so many ideas. So we're going to launch something. It's most likely going to be clocks and things like that, which is really easy to make, and bits and bobs. It's just bits of, you cut bits of logs up, you finish them to a high standard, and you turn them into clocks. And I'm going to see if I can get her to get 6 designs of glasses on there. So that at least there's something that goes live on the 2nd. But it's just, because she's got her full-time job. I've got my full-time job. We've got the person from Epilog laser etching machine things, the Epilog place. He's coming round tomorrow, and that's when the Terrican's going back in for an MOT. So I'm going to be out all bloody day tomorrow. Because I haven't had the time. It was MOT'd on Wednesday, which it failed, and I've been working since then. So the garage just down the way, they work in partnership with somebody who imports American cars, classic American cars. And I kind of know them through friends of friends. I don't know them, but I know them through acquaintances. So I'm going to sling them about 100 and something quid to do the track rod end. And then they'll bung it back through the MOT. It'll pass. So I'm going to be out the house. I'm going to be out the house all day tomorrow. The father-in-law is actually... Now, I don't know whether this is going to work. At the time of recording, I haven't been to the bank. I haven't spoken to them. But by the time this is uploaded, I will have done. Okay. Now, as you know, I want to do the consolidation loan thing, and I've worked my arse off to try and get myself into a situation to be able to do it, but as is always the case, my credit rating isn't going up as quickly as I'd like it to be going up. So I'm waiting. I don't want to start doing anything like this until I'm well at least 940 on my credit rating. I'm 875 at the minute. Well, I was chatting to again when I was round at the father-in-laws, well, the in-laws, on Wednesday. I was chatting to him, and he said, well, this consolidation loan you need, would I be able to be a guarantor for you to get it? Now, I don't know whether it works with loans. I know it works with houses and stuff like that, but I don't know whether it works with loans. And I don't know what it will do to the APR on the loan either, because, you know, if I can't get a personal loan without a guarantor, chances are I'm going to be considered high risk, so there's that kind of thing. But when the car's in for its work tomorrow, I'm going to be buggering off, waddling off down into the town centre. Down into the town centre, bruv. And I'm going to go down the old bank, and I'm going to have a chat. Even if I have to sit around and wait until there's 5 minutes free, because I'm not going in for a meeting or anything. Just to have a quick chat, because I've got nothing else to do. So I'll figure that one out. Hopefully that'll work out, or something will come of it. And then hopefully I'll be back on top. But it's been interesting so far. It's just that blue laptop. I couldn't believe it. I knocked it. It was falling off the table, and all I did was went to save it. That's all I did. Bang. And then and that was the end of that. It was done. So all day. This was This would have been about 8 p.m. at night, because Bert was getting in at 9. All day. All damn Tuesday I've been doing that. You know, doing all the bits and bobs. And just done. Because everyone's going to say, well, why didn't you use one of your external hard drives and back it up after you've done it? Well, yeah, you can say that, but at the time I'm working on this, I'm working on that, I'm watching that whilst talking to this, I'm doing everything else. And the thing is, these are large files by the time I've finished rendering them. They're big files. They take a while to copy over. So it's a case of I'll just put that in the ready to upload file, edit everything, you know, do all this kind of stuff, render everything, and then I can transfer the ready to upload to back it up onto the external once I've done them. And usually, I only ever do one at a time, but I had the house to myself. And I had all this road footage. Hours and hours of road footage. Some nut jobs on it as well. Would have made entertaining footage, trust me. Because I've been in London a lot. I'm underground in Ealing at the moment. And I don't have my camera on me today. Because like I said, for this week I just flung the towel in. And I just thought, well, I'll edit it all. And then the job's good 'un. And only because I knocked that blasted table and it started going and whoa, you know, that kind of whoa kind of reaction, bang, straight on the bleeding laptop directly above where the hard drive is. If it had been the other side, fine. If it had been the keyboard, fine. But you know that one where you see something falling out the corner of your eye and you just grab it to stop it? You don't really know where you're going to hit it, but you know you're going to get it. Sod's law, directly above the bleeding hard drive. I didn't know where they were. And that was the end of that. All damn day. All for you guys as well. I spent the entire day and it's all blown up. It's all just up and vanished like a fart in the wind. But anyway, there we go. I think that's enough. I think I've done enough. I've kept you up to date. And again, I've got to figure all this out now. I've got to kind of... Hopefully the blue one will work okay with the new hard drive in it. Well, it should do, shouldn't it, really? I mean, it's just banging a new hard drive in it. Fortunately, the father-in-law has all different kind of Windows operating systems and stuff like that, which he can easily put on it. They're all, well, because of the job he does. So I'll have to try and do that. So this one, like I said, is going to be done via the red laptop, and that takes a dog's age, that blasted thing. So I'm not really going to want to use it, because the blue one has a faster processor and a better graphics ability, so it does things quicker. The red one, it was only ever really for paperwork for business. So when it does these things, it really just does nothing else. You can't ask it to do a damn thing else. Well, when it's rendering, it's just slow as sin. I mean, the blue one, a 45-minute render would be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. And that's obviously all the bits and bobs of 1080p and all that kind of stuff. Whereas the red one, a 45-minute upload would usually take a couple of hours. So I should shut up, really. But anyway, I cannot tell you the next time I'm going to upload on this channel, because I've got to try and figure everything out, and hopefully the blue one will work. Otherwise, if I've damaged anything else in there, and it's a bit, you know, then I'll do the odd one here and there like this via my red one, but I'm so pissed off. I am so pissed off, it's unreal. Fortunately, I can laugh about it. But anyway, kept you up to date, so everyone's aware now. I'll see you in the next one. And like I said, I really don't know when that's going to be. I'm sorry that the lighting is going in and out and in and out, because the lights up there are way too bright. Oh, look at... You know, the stupid thing is, the entire time I've been driving these Volvo FHs, I've looked at that and I've thought, what's your plus and minus for? I've had 7 solid days of this. 7 days. I'm such a moron. Sorry that the lighting has been flashing up and down, and you know, it's bright and dark and bright and dark and bright and dark, like the last time I did one of these in an FH, because obviously the light's bouncing off of my brow, because you know, it's shiny as hell. I don't wear makeup, you know. So every time it does that, the Samsung bloody phone is all a bit, I've got to readjust. I hate Samsung. I detest them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my discovery just then. How did I not know? I think I did know, because I've driven FHs many times before. I think I did know at one point, and I just forgot. What a dick. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. And I'll see you whenever, and I really don't know when that is. But take care, guys, and I'll see you as soon as I can.